To the sewing basket this lovely sunny Tuesday morning, and we are going to jump right in today to a couple things. We're going to be talking about fusible vinyl. Don't click off right away. This is a fun product and it's a quick demo. Before I start that, I want to talk for just a second about our quilt that's here. This is our Party Animals quilt. You saw it, about 2 weeks ago, maybe here on the live. We were getting started using decorative stitches. I just wanted to show you what it looked like when it was put together. It's a simple 9-patch. We had taken the animals out of the Party Animals panel, cut them apart. We used our decorative stitching to go around all the animals. In the polka dot squares, we quilted with circles on our embroidery machine. You could use it as free motion quilting, but you can also do it on your embroidery machine. You take a hoop and you drop circles in from your shapes tool and fill the hoop size, and then hoop and rehoop to fill it with the circles. And then in this area, I didn't want to do a lot of straight line quilting, and so what we did is tied in our decorative stitches video, and we used individual little designs or motifs. So around the cat, there's little flowers. Around the bunny, we did use matching thread, so you don't see it real easily, but you can kind of spot the little snowflakes that are in there. The giraffe has little tree branches, and our ostrich down here has some curly cues. So it was a fun way to quilt with decorative stitches. And those of you who have Brother machines, other brands may have this feature. I'm not familiar with a lot of those, but there's a button that you can push on your Brother machine. It's a little star. The button is kind of half and half. There's 3 little stars on one half, a single star on the other. If you push the side with the single star, it will do one motif. So on my little bunny up here, where it was snowflakes, it would do one snowflake, it would lock at the start, stitch, and then lock at the end. If you push the button with the 3 stars on it, or the half of the button with the 3 stars on it, you have, it will do a snowflake and a snowflake and a snowflake and a snowflake. So if you have that feature, it's really nice because it'll complete one full motif and stop if you pick that single, rather than trying to watch and figure out where the end of that snowflake is, so you can stop at the end of that one and not have part of the next or miss part of the last. I mentioned our decorative stitching video. That was kind of our Mother's Day special to you. It is a paid class on our website, sewingbasket.biz, shopping page, classes category. It is called Birdie, Decorative Stitching and Quilt Collage. That is normally a $30 class. It's on sale through the end of May for $5. There are many, many videos on there on tips and tricks and learning and getting better at using your decorative stitches on your sewing machine, both for applique and for quilting. So that's up there for you. That class is on sale through the end of May. So enough about last time. Now we're going to talk about fusible vinyl. Fusible vinyl is an interesting product. A lot of people don't know about it. You've seen fabric that is already coated with vinyl that you use for tablecloths and different things like that. Vinyl actually comes as a fusible product. It comes on the roll. One side is the release paper, the other side is the vinyl. And so you buy it by the yard. It's, I believe, 24 inches wide, and you buy as much as you want. It is, looks like $7.99 a yard. That is an interesting thing. You can use it for a lot of different things. This tote bag, for instance, was covered with fusible vinyl, both on the inside and the outside. I wanted to use this for a shopping tote. Also works great for a market bag. If you're going to the farm market, you've got vegetables in the summer, sometimes they're wet or dirty. That fusible vinyl on the inside of the bag protects your fabric. It holds up well. It does get a little bit crunchy or creased as you use it more and more, but that's true with any of the store-bought vinyl products as well. It's just a characteristic of the plastic. But this tote bag was made from a little panel, and I'm going to use that panel to demonstrate how you use the fusible vinyl. So that panel actually had 4 designs on it. The lettuce, the radishes, the peas, and of course, oh, the carrots, which I was thinking were on the other side of the bag. They're actually on one of the placemats I'm using. This panel had 4 pieces on it, and it was designed to be used for placemats. And I used a couple of them just to make the simple tote bag, just has box corners. And how big is it? It's as tall as the panel is. I added a little bit of polka dot to the bottom to make the bag a little bit taller. I believe it's about 18 inches tall and about 16 inches wide. But you take your panel, your fabric, and you take a piece of the fusible vinyl. This one I've already cut to about the size that I need. The instructions do come in with the vinyl, and it comes in a clear, this one is a shiny finish. It also comes in a matte finish. We typically have the glossy, and this tells you what to do. You peel the paper off, put it on your product, and then you use the paper to iron. It tells you what to set your iron at, medium heat, how long to hold it. That's all on here. So that comes with the vinyl when you purchase it. So I'm going to grab my carrot panel. So I have this one cut to be about the size that I'm going to do. And I'm going to move my cutting mat out of the way for just a moment. And I take my vinyl sheet, again, one side is vinyl, the other is the paper, and I peel it off the back, and that's always the trick. And so what I'm going to do, Mom thought there were threads across there, it's actually the root of the carrot. So, and I peel it back, and I've found that if I peel part of it and just get started, it's easier than taking the whole sheet off and trying to deal with that. So what I'm going to do is go this way because I'm right-handed. I'm going to hold my vinyl, likes to stick to itself. Okay, and here I am, and I'm covering from starting. I don't have to cover all of this. I don't need to use quite that much vinyl. My piece is plenty big, and I'm going to just hold it down and peel this back. And I can see I'm good there. Take that off and just kind of smooth it with my hands. I'm not perfectly straight. If I had cut this to size before I started, I'd have to be real careful. What I like to do is leave it a little bit big, fuse it, and then use my ruler and cut around. That way I know that the very edge is going to be sealed and connected to the vinyl. If it's hanging off, you'll get some frays. So much better to have your fabric be just a tiny bit large, then fuse your vinyl, then trim. So as I said, I put the sticky side of the vinyl that was against the paper to my fabric, and then I take the shiny side of the paper, which is what was on the back of the vinyl, and I put it onto the front. Okay, and I want to be sure I don't hit my iron on the vinyl. So what I usually do is kind of do half and half. And I take my little iron, works just fine for this, and I hold this, and it says to hold for about 8 seconds, and then move, and 8 seconds, 8 seconds. I'm not going to do that because you would be bored, and I've prepped some other pieces, but I'm going to do it enough here that it will hold. It's not totally bonded, but it'll hold. And then I'm going to peel this off, and you can see that my vinyl is stuck on my project. And then I'm going to move over to the other half, and I'm going to do the same thing. And again, you're going to be holding this for 8 seconds. I'm going to just move this piece out of my way because I already have one prepped for you. And that is my peas. So this piece is already done. I have fused, again, this over here, fused it all down. And the one thing, when you use fusible vinyl, if I'm doing placemats, when I store them flat. If you roll them up or fold them, you'll get creases. If that happens, just grab your release paper and iron them again. They'll go flat, but I find it's just easier to store them flat. Once you're done, you're going to go to the other side and you're going to press about 4 seconds, I believe, on this side. So this whole side of the placemat is going to be, again, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds. So it's a little putsy, doesn't take real long, but again, I'm not going to do that on camera. And then I'm going to just grab my cutting mat, and when I'm done, I'm going to just cut right along the edge of my placemat. On this one, I don't want to leave any border or anything. There's actually enough room on here that if I wanted to, I could leave about 1/4 inch of the cream all the way around. But on this one, I don't want to do that. I'm going to trim it right at the edge. And if you're saying those garden panels are pretty darn cute, they are. They are on our website, again, sewingbasket.biz, in the shopping category, and they're actually on sale. They are on sale for $5.99, so a nice set of placemats for a real affordable little price. And I'm going to go around. You don't have to watch me cut, but that is what my placemat is going to look like when I'm finished. Okay, that is a one-sided fusible. If I want to make it thicker, or I also want to protect the back side, then I can take a second piece of vinyl, repeat the process, do the exact same thing, and then you will have a two-sided placemat, which is stiffer. This one has, excuse me, the vinyl on both sides. And sorry, no, we don't have the Grinch fabric anymore. He's our little shop sample. But for kids, it's really nice to be able to do both sides. The other thing that this works well for is bibs for kids and little craft aprons. Our apron pattern has just a little over the neck and then ties. This we've again fused both sides. So a great little baking apron or a craft apron for kids, or those of us who are adults and are kind of messy when we cook too. So again, you can do single-sided. It's a little bit looser, lighter weight. Double-sided, a little bit firmer, and protected on both sides. So that's how fusible vinyl works. I'm going to show you now a bunch of fun projects. This little book, we have a series of these. This one's called More Weekend Sewing. It is $9.99 and it has 25 projects in it. Lots of fun little projects. Why am I showing you this book when I showed you fusible vinyl? Because many of these projects can be enhanced with fusible vinyl. They all work without it. This little sewing caddy, this goes over the arm of your chair. There's a pin cushion and pockets, so it drapes down either side of your chair. Doesn't need vinyl on it for any reason. But she has a project for, think of the right word, covers for bowls. If you're going to go on a picnic, and she makes these cute little bowl covers. It's just elastic. What do you do with all that leftover mask elastic? It's in here. She does a double-sided out of fabric, and they're really cute. She does some applique, some piecing on top, very cute. And I went, fusible vinyl on the back and a simple piece of pretty fabric, and it gives you a really cute little bowl cover, and it does slide right on here, especially when you're watching what you're doing. There you go. So if you're going to a picnic, it's a real cute way to just take your product, or your dish that you brought to pass. So a cute little way to do that type of a project. Other things in there, she has this great little lunch bag. Cheryl did this one. It's got a little top piece here that opens. Would be great if you line the inside with fusible vinyl. That way, if your lunch drips a little bit, you can always wipe out the inside of your bag. The other place fusible vinyl works great is inside tote bags, as I mentioned, for market bags, also exercise bags if you're going to the gym. You're a swimmer and you want a place to put your swimsuit, you can put the inside of your bag covered with vinyl. or you can make yourself a zippy pouch using fabric that's covered with vinyl to carry your swimsuit back and forth. So fusible vinyl is kind of a fun product. And last but not least, one of the other products, that she has in here are these little bookmarks. They slide over the corner of a book. I covered this one with vinyl, thinking, I know a lot of people who like to read at the beach, and your fabric gets kind of, if it gets in the sand, or if you're out in the yard doing something, if you take your gardening books outside with you. I'm not a gardener. I don't know if gardeners do that, but anything that might get dirty, it's great. Cover it with fusible vinyl. And here I just took one of our little cute cat prints and thought, wouldn't that be a great bookmark just to tuck in your book? And this one I did double-sided, and I put a little panel on both sides. We've got some cute little bird panels with really pretty songbirds on them. That would make great bookmarks as well. So all of those projects are in this cute little weekend sewing book. Lots of things: hot pads, zippy pouches, pillows, little wall hangings and quilts. Great little book. And her whole series, all of her books are between $10 and about $15, and they all have at least 5 or 6 projects. This one, like I said, has 25 projects. So it's a really nice deal, fun thing. Enjoy playing with fusible vinyl. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. I mentioned the other day when I was talking with Dr. Dan, we did a video on neck and shoulder strain. Mentioned that a nice way to be able to help a small business, even if you don't support and purchase a product, is if you like our videos, if you comment on them. It's even better than giving a thumbs up or a like. If you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, that helps us out. The more people that see our videos, the more people that Facebook and YouTube show our videos too. So we sure appreciate those subscriptions and support, and any comments that you make. If you make a comment that requires feedback, like ask a question or follow up on something, we'll always answer those, and Facebook looks at that as though you actually were interested enough to ask a question, so they show our videos to more people, and we sure appreciate that support. Thanks so much. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.